What up? Danny G here, back in the house, Casket's Fab Shop. We did a little bit of rearranging in here today and a little bit of shop updates. Did a little bit of trading, guys, and I got some really neat things, and I'm very happy, and we were able to get it all set up today. So let me show you what we got, and we can move on. So basically, we started off with we got a fireball sign, double-sided, which is really cool. We got ourselves a Jack Daniels clock, which is really cool. We got ourselves all kinds of beer signs. All kinds of them, dude. Very cool signs. Captain Morgan. Got some Blue Moon. Old Gas. Fire Chief Texaco. Yeah, so of course we got that one. I've had that one, but I never turned it on. I bought this one at the swap meet. Got me a really nice pedestal fan here. That thing blows hard, man. Thing is awesome. So not only that, we got this one here, the light top. We got the Dos Equis. We got Jägermeister, which I'm gonna put that one up here, right up here in this little section, over the 32. We got this big old boy, but I plugged it in and I burnt it out because I didn't snap it. It didn't have a what are those things, like a ballast in it. It was hardwired. So I plugged it in and boop, it popped. So I burnt out the LEDs in it. So I had to reorder some new LEDs, and I am going to put them in there probably Sunday when they come in. I had to get one that had a little converter thing with the, yeah. I totally screwed the pooch, but yeah, that's a big sign, dude. It's huge. But it actually goes up in there. And we actually put it right here in that bald spot. It's humongous. And it is so cool. But so we also scored that Jägermeister one there in the corner. Up here. So, with that being said, look at this. Me and Cousin Bobo today decided that that table that was here, we moved it against the wall. We pushed it over and, you know, moved some of this stuff out of the way. And look at what we have here. We can walk around the car. It's like having two shops in here. It made my garage so much bigger. You know, I really loved having that table like that, but it was in my way. So I figured I don't use half the stuff on that table anyway. Like right now, you know, I still could stand there and work if I needed to, but I use my little rolling table to work on most of the time anyway, or this, my paint table. So it wasn't a big deal for me to move it. It was very heavy to move, so we had to kind of move a lot of stuff around. But I mean, look at the difference, fellas. I can walk around, move my car around, you know. And then on this end of the whole little homemade booth thing, we got this much room, and this is close here. I can move it further forward. I mean, look at all the space we got up here. So yeah, I mean, it's gonna work. I came up with a new design with this whole thing here. Let me turn these neons off and turn you guys on some lights, because yeah, these let's see here. Let's go with that. All right, we'll turn this light off. All right, cool. So my new design that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna build a complete, like a header. It goes across this whole thing right here on the top. And this corner, I'm going to build a box, mount a box fan in it. And then half of the width of that box, I'm going to build a header that goes from the ceiling halfway all the way across the other side, where there'll be another box with a box fan in it. One of those. Alright? So that box fan and that box fan will blow in some fresh air, and that whole header across the top will be filter. Well, behind the filter, on the back side here, right underneath the filter parts, I'm going to build a track where this plastic can slide all the way against that wall, completely there, out of the way, and I mean, we're good to go. I might even build a little false, like a small little skinny little wall right there just to hide this plastic behind it. And that's that side, okay? When you pull it this way, it's going to stop about right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a real thick like pole with a real big base on it. And in the header, I'm going to drill a hole. I'm going to be able to slide the pole up and underneath into the header and slide the base here. That will give me a pole here, and then of course I'm going to have this pole will go all the way up to the header, up to where the fan is at, to support it on this end. So I'll have a pole and this thing, and this will still be my door frame. But the nice thing about it is all this will just be plastic. I'll have a little door frame that's removable, and this plastic will just go right over to this little section here. I might have a little piece of plastic that just covers this little area. I'll figure that part out later. But on this door frame here, I'm going to put some little hanging hinges where literally I get this little screen door I have with plastic on it and hook it right on this thing, and that'll close. Boom. So when I'm ready to take my booth down, I just unhook the door, push it against the side there, push the pole up and pull it out, lay it down on the floor there, take the curtain, move it all the way over and bungee cord it in the corner, and we got a full open shop again. And the reason why I wanted to put the header up on top is, for one, the fans stay there permanently out of my way. Well, I had some help today. Cousin Bobo came by. I was like, dude, let's just do it. Let's just get this thing in order so we can move on. I don't know what I did. This is what I do 90% of the day. Walk around like a jackass because I don't remember where I put stuff. Ah, found it. Look at this little guy. Everybody hates that thing. They're like, I'm going to come in your shop and it's going to chase me around. I was like, good. Don't come in my shop. Alright, so here we go. Alright. Cheers. Kings, baby. LA Kings. Alright. I'm going to jack this thing up. Let's jack this thing off and see what happens. Funny thing, I don't know where the other jack is. Here I go with that 90-minute walk in circles thing again. I should be skinny. I found it. So this car right now is like this. So first things first is pick this side back up, and then we can play with the cowl and what I think is going to have to happen here. This is just my thought process. First things first, this corner needs to go up. Whoop. And then of course the front doors are still going to be sagging down. So I'm going to put jacks underneath, somewhere right behind the door hinges, and jack the front of the car up so the front cowl sags down. Here's the car. I want the cowl to go down so the doors go back up. That's what we're going to do. Let's see if it works. That's how I see it. If I see it wrong, well, I guess it's wrong. I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right. Alright, so this body needs to get yacked up right here. Don't be playing, y'all. Let's push this all the way up here. It's roughly in the center. Oh, I ran out of room. Dude, that thing is way off. That's how bad this car sags. I ran out of room. I just need a little bit more. How about I use this piece of wood right here? I probably have another piece somewhere that's probably better than this. After moving things around today, I probably won't be able to find it either. That should give me another probably inch or so. Just enough to make it level. That's what she said. I'm gonna go with it right there. That's level. Of course, the front's never level. Let's see where these doors went. Holy bejesus. The doors are lined up. Not this side. So this front cowl on this side's gotta be it's got to be tweaked a tad, so that means that this front cowl on this side needs to be brought down so the doors will go up. Yeah, let's figure that out now. So check this out. Let me just turn on the other damn lights. Look at that door, dude. Yeah, sucker. That one went right back where it's supposed to go. Now let's play with this side and see what the hell happens. I don't know. Man, I hit that curb pretty damn hard to tweak this thing. Well, of course, it tweaked because my dumbass never secured the freaking two front bolts on the cowl. Yeah, and I knew that they weren't in there, but I didn't think it was going to be a big deal. Apparently it is. The curb told me after a while. But that's why I got this stress crack, because this is like that. Causes it to crack. You put it back up, that's probably going to go back together, which is probably not going to be a good thing, because now I'm going to have to relief cut the hell out of this and then retig it. Nah. Okay, where's the other jack? Oh man, I went the wrong way. See what the hell happens here. Now finding the ooh. I've never noticed that this was even buckled to begin with. Holy moly, dude. That's buckled down there too. I'm gonna have to fix that too. Yeah, you know why? No, I don't know why. What the hell? God, I never noticed that. Well, good thing the other side matches now. It's all buckled on both sides. Yeah, if you jack this up, it's gonna have to be jacked up like right here somewhere, so this will sag back down. Oh, that thing's cracked. Oh, ouch. Owie. I'm gonna have to pull that out. What a mess. I really screwed the pooch on this one, boys. Let's see. Alright, that's not doing very much. So I'm going to loosen this back corner again. Okay, that's not even close to being level anymore. Did my door line up? Nope. Getting closer though. I'm afraid to I don't know where to try it at, I guess. Let's just try it right here since we already bang this thing up anyway. See where it goes. When we find its happy place, then we'll get underneath there and figure out what we're going to do with either shimming the body again or... Uh-oh, there it goes. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, that's not happy. But that's closer. And this is off back here, so actually it's not off. That is dead nuts. Okay, so that's right. Right there. Okay, that's that. This door is almost there. So we can still do a little tweaking here. This front cowl probably needs to be scooted up on this side of Tad. This door is still way off again. So let me try. I hate doing this because it's going to crush it. But it's moving it. So that door is just about where it needs to be. It's off a slight bit, and of course it needs to go in, which that's an issue with this thing. But the door itself, line is almost there. So now we're going to jack this up because obviously it's cowl related, and I'm going to leave the back alone. And even though that body mount is broken and the car was sagging, I will just get underneath there, and wherever this body wants to sit, I'll just put that piece back in there and re-weld it. Damn, he's going to town out there. With the freaking Rancho Grande ese. Damn, I can't believe that I did that to this cowl, dude, it's bad. I'm gonna have to really I'm gonna have to take my pipes off, pull it out. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I done screwed the pooch on that one. I was over there jacking it up and I forgot it. This bolt was partially in there. That one didn't have a bolt in it. When I was jacking it up, it just crushed it. Stupid. There it goes. I don't do this all the time. So it's gonna be fun just trying to figure it out. Don't do nothing. This cowl needs to be tweaked forward. Dead nuts. Dead nuts. And the driver door is straight. So anywhere you tweak this body, one door or the other door is going to be all chueco. How fun. So this door is good. Can't look at two sides at the same time. Screw it, eh? We'll leave one door all chueco on purpose. Nope, ain't gonna happen. This door's sagging like a grandma's boobie. I remember lining everything up when I first did this car. But I'm gonna tell you right now, this car was so hard to build because there was so much wrong with it when I got it. I thought I passed that. And there was little things that bugged me, but a lot more to that now. Junk. But it's a metal body 32. If this car wasn't so rough when I got it, I probably would have built it a little different, but I kind of wanted to keep it like this 50s theme. And honestly, if I didn't have all these other cars to build, I would have dumped a lot more money and time in it. But I wanted to drive it, guys. Now it's biting me in the ass. Trying to figure out what to do here. I'll be damned. That door is almost there. Ay, chingon. It's almost there. So, I can live with that not being 100% straight. That's my perfectionist bullshit. But now, it's level in the back. It clears on this corner. The back of the body needs to go over just a hair. Both doors just about line up. And across it's level. And nothing's really binding. That seems good to me right there. And it looks straight. I mean, the cab is literally like probably, let me measure it just so I can be perfectionist. So here's the center. Man, that thing is way off. It's 1.5 inches off. That's unacceptable. I mean, this could be crooked too. Let me look at that too, just to be. I mean, that's not going to matter. I'm going off this nipple, duh. But I'm going to jack this car up. I'm going to move the whole body over on top of the frame and see how it looks. If I don't like the way it sits, I'm going to put it back to where it's at. It's just going to stay crooked, which is messed up because I don't ever remember it being crooked like that. I really don't. But for all you know, when I hit that curb and the back of this went up, this body might have shifted. I've already measured the frame. I've already put it on level concrete, leveled the concrete with my level to make sure I jacked everything up. I put it on jack stands, made sure that the chassis was level. This is a straight frame. I put the level underneath the chassis flat to make sure that it was level. It was level. The same exact level as the bubble that was on the floor. So everything was level. It was level side to side. And I measured every corner of the chassis to the ground. And every measurement was exact. So the frame is not twisted at all. It's the body. And my friend always told me that the chop's probably crooked because it's a 50s hot rod. It was a dragster. And these dudes, they gutted this car. They didn't care. They hacked it, put it back on, and welded it back together. I measured the chop. It's not the chop. Every window on all sides, I measured every inches, all the inches on both sides, the windshield, all in here. From the door seal, or from here down, both sides is the same. The window channels are like 1/8 of an inch off, if that. They're not even far off at all, and that's not, you're going to see to the eye that the car is going to be crooked. You know, the mail slot window in the back, everything was straight. It's all within. All the measurements are within, if you're standing behind it, you'll never notice it. So it was never my chop. This body is twisted, is what it is. And now we're going to get to the end of it, boys. We're going to fix this damn car, and we're going to make it straight. So we're not going down the road all stueco, and gonna go from there. I don't care. I personally don't care if I have to raise this body up. I don't. It sits too low anyway. I actually like the height it sits right now. I kind of wish it was that high around, and the suspension almost like a banger style hot rod. I like that more. Back in the day, this was the style I wanted, and now, like, this car's so chopped and so low, like, I kind of wish it sat higher, even though it has a drastic chop. I want that Race of the Gentleman look on this car. But I just don't want to mess with the suspension and all this stuff again. So it's going to stay the way it's going to stay. All I'm going to do is get this body back to where it was. Doors closing correctly and all the way, the right way. Door gaps good. I'm going to repaint it, put it back together, drive the hell out of it. I think what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to put some littles on the front, and I'm going to leave those tires in the back. That way I don't have to spend a bunch of money buying 4 new tires. Just going to have a set of bigs and littles. That's it. So I have brand news on the front, and those will stay on the back. I'll pick the best freaking 2 out of the 4. So it's really not that bad. Just being a crybaby. I shouldn't have to fix this in the first place, but things happen for a reason, dude. I don't know. Whatever reason that was, all it did was set me back because I was getting close to getting to my 40. I need a drink. Yes, it is. A big problem. Gotta admit, I had one drink all night. Tastes like piss. You want it? What movie is it from? Alright fellas, we're back in the house today again. Camera battery died last night, so I was over here talking away thinking I was making a nice little video, and wasn't even recording. I tell you, I end up talking to myself half the time, right? So, big progress. The door's closed. I figured it all out. So I need to trim my floor pan just a little bit so I could slide this body over and get this front cowl lined up again. I guess apparently somehow I never did that right. I guess. I don't know. Apparently I guess that's what happened. Either way, that's what we got to do. Line up. This is slightly off, but we can work with that. But I mean, look at this, guys. And even the bottoms, I gotta push them in just a tad, but this actually needs to go up a little bit more. But it's leveled out. And I was in here till about 1 o'clock in the morning screwing with this car. Doors line up, doors on the bottom are way better. They have always kind of popped out. This one still does a little bit, but we'll fix that, you know. But they don't bind. The only thing that's hitting is up here, so this can be trimmed. But I mean, they don't bind. They close good. Like, completely happy with it. I was using that yesterday to help me measure. So I found out something else that was very disturbing. So since I figured out my car, if you measure from the center to the center here, these basically my axle sits crooked and it's driving me nuts. It's like a freaking inch off. The adjustment there on the bottom, I can adjust it with the Heim joints, because I got to meet it in the middle. It's an inch off, so I got to meet it in the middle. But on the top where the perch spring is that holds the rear buggy spring back here, there's no adjustment on that. It's such a tight squeeze in there that the perch doesn't even, the spring doesn't move in the perch. So what I need to do, let me show you. It's a little confusing, but right there, the problem I'm having is there is no adjustment in here with this spring. This spring needs to do this just a little bit, and there's no way to do that where it's at. So when I drop this chassis, I'm gonna cut these bolts off and I'm gonna weld a plate on the back of this here to give me like a good half an inch or so, and then I'm gonna take these bolts and re-weld them to that plate. And then on the top plate is way longer in the back, so I'll just re-drill those holes, and that'll give me a little space in between the two bolts here, because there's a bolt on the back side and up here, and this spring has no adjustment. So I didn't put this part on, and I didn't know that this was going to be a problem later. So now I'm going to fix it, just like I've had to fix everything on this damn car. So yeah, my axle measurement on one of my tires from here to the center to that center line is 111 inches on one side. It's 112 on the other. So with that being said, yeah, this axle needs to meet half an inch on one side. So one side needs to go forward, and I've pushed and pulled and yanked on it as much as I could. The other side, I pushed it as far as I could, and I'm not even getting close. It's just where it's at. So I just need to make a minor little adjustment there, and it's either shaving a little divot in my spring or welding that plate and moving the bolts back and giving me some space, which I think that's what I'm going to do. That way, where my my rear arms are, my trailing arms, or whatever you call those, they're different on these cars. They're really not trailing arms. I mean, they are trailing arms, but I guess you would call them like a rear wishbone. So my rear split wishbone is what it is. Where the Heim joint is, it has the adjustment there, but with that perch spring, it's not letting my axle do this way. So I mean, the perch bolt is here, not the perch bolt, the wishbone bolt. I was out here till 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm tired. So yeah, so when you loosen this bolt, you want your axle to go back on this side, and you want your axle on the other side to go forward. There's no adjustment because of that stupid thing there with the perch. So I just need to fix that perch. I could probably do it where it's at. The problem is my gas tank's right above it. I ain't gonna weld above my gas tank, under my gas tank. So either way, I'm pulling this body off this car. That body mounts on the other side completely. My welds didn't break. Where it's welded, there's like, I'll show you when I take the body off. That's what split. So yeah, so I'm gonna end up taking the body off the car, and then what I want to do from there is weld all my body mounts. I want to make sure none of them are cracking or anything like that. I'm gonna put some gussets on all of them. I'm gonna fix that perch to give me some adjustment on it. I need to plasma cut a little bit of my floor pan out on the passenger side so I can slide the body of the car over, and I also need to cut part of the seal plate underneath the door. There's just a piece of metal plate there that serves absolutely no purpose. It's not connected to nothing. It's the old piece of the car. When I put the new floor pan in and channeled it, that part's just in the way. So I'm gonna chop that piece out and slide the front of the body over just a little bit, and then re-drill through the pieces in there, and I'll probably weld up all the old holes that don't line up anymore. That way we don't have some weird oblong holes. I'll probably just weld them shut, re-drill them, and drill them a little bigger so there is a little play, so I'm not fighting the body to get on there. The body needs very slight shims within like a ½ an inch on one corner and on the other corner, so the body was completely twisted. All that's been figured out now. I got it all where I need it to be. I'm excited because now I know where I gotta go to go forward. I know that it's not my chassis, other than the other parts on it that are screwed up that I gotta fix now. But other than that, we're getting on a roll. Number 2, 4, 5, I don't know what the hell number I'm on. Pain in the ass, but I'll tell you right now, I've measured every single body line. Here, 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 there down, from there to there to the floor, and this still looks crooked to me. Well, I figured it out. This was very confusing. If you look at the top is straight, so it trips me out because I figured maybe this window section was welded in crooked, right? It isn't. What got me is my little light here. See this little light? It's not the light, it's this window piece right here, this section. So it heavily dips on this side right here, and it even dips on this side, but not as noticeable. So what I'm gonna do to solve the whole problem is I'm gonna relief cut this sucker right here, and I'm gonna make this bottom piece dead nuts flat with a damn level, just like that level in there is, and see if this comes up on this side a little bit. It will not make this look crooked. But this is what happens when you're young and you're rushing to build a hot rod. And if you're building a hot rod to just drive it, enjoy it, it's one thing. I'm a perfectionist. Over the years, it's bothered me. Not to mention, this is a real metal body 32. Yes, if it was fiberglass, it would have been a lot more clean to build, you know, I guess right off the bat. But this car was chopped in the 50s. It was sitting in a field. It had no floor, no roof. It was twisted to hell. So I'm still dealing with that issue, especially after hitting that curb. But now that I am more aware of how these things work, and that I've been doing this a heck of a lot longer in life, I have been able to narrow things down. And now is the time where I'm not gonna just skip a step. I'm gonna fix it the right way and put it back together, whether I paint it shiny or leave it in suede. I don't care. All I know is I want it to sit straight and I want my damn doors to close. I don't care if it's just metal. I don't care if it's metal. I don't care if it has chips in it. I don't give a shit. All I want it to do is be right. I want the doors to close right. I don't want to have to slam the doors. And I want everything to sit straight. I hate it when I'm driving behind you and your car's crooked. Tell me about it, you know? But yeah, this car's always had a little sag to the left. And it's drove me nuts forever. And yeah, it's time that it just needs to be straightened out again and fixed and back on the road. And we're gonna get to that 40. I need to get my ass to work. So we're on the 57 today, and cousin Bobo's outside right now. I had to cut him off with the garage door here because he's buzzing away. We're getting this bed done. I'm gonna get this body and primer. Alright, so that's where we're at. I'm gonna stick you guys on a little time lapse and we're gonna get rocking and rolling on this truck. Cool? Stand by. Yeah, these panels are rough. That one still needs a lot. I went over it last night, guys, with the red pen. Little things that I needed to fix. It's not too shabby. I mean, it came out pretty clean. Roof up there. All the jams. These need a little bit more work, not too bad. But there's a few little dings here. The dash is pretty cherry. Up in here, there's a few little minor imperfections. I'm just gonna need to do some spot priming up in there. But yeah, we had to drop the steering column, take the brake booster back off. You know, there's little things like little pinholes here. You know, a couple little pinholes here, down in these little corners in these valleys. Looks good to me. It's coming together. So from here, once I block it, I'm hoping there's not much left. I really don't think there's gonna be, because I put a good 3 good thick coats of primer on it, some high build, and I just gotta pretty much skim all these little parts, block them, and then I'm gonna reblock the whole thing again and make sure it's good to go. It looks very clean. Everything looks very straight. I'm happy with the way it's turning out right now. It's been a lot of work, but these panels are a mess. I still got a lot to go. Other than that, guys, I mean, that's where we are. I came in here real quick to give you guys an update and look for my coffee cup, and I can't find it. I don't know what I did with it. That's great. I have no idea what to do with it. So, how fun. Dang, all this dirt comes through that window. Alright, well, if I come back out here today and do some block sanding, I'll definitely bring you along with me, and we can check it out, see how good it is. Just from what I'm seeing, when I went over it last night with the light, there's nothing. I mean, I don't even see waves. I mean, I'm sure they're there, but they'll block out with, of course, the block. But yeah, that's where we're at. So I'll get with you guys here in a little bit. I got some searching to do. I'm missing my coffee mug, my favorite one. So, damn it. All right, I'll hit you guys back up later. Bye, Carmen.